Ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight will be watching with great anticipation Lance Lynn versus Thor tonight, or otherwise known as Noah Syndergaard. Good morning, David Blaustein, ABC News entertainment editor. Good morning.
Good morning. Who are the Cardinals playing this weekend?
Yeah. How come they got Bartolo Colon and John Neese? Why aren't they throwing Matt Harvey in St. Louis?
Well, according to Terry Collins, they are saving all their big guns really for they set it up so they could get our three best pitchers against the Nationals, because the Nationals technically are more important to us than the Cardinals because they're in our division. And Terry's philosophy, which is not incorrect, is if the Mets want to make the playoffs, really the best route is by beating the Nationals, because we're only 2 games behind them,
right?
Which is dumbfounding. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know what's going on with the Nationals. I guess a lot of injuries, but the fact that we're within striking distance and the fact that you guys are going to sweep us and destroy our chances really hurts me.
What'd you think of Jason DeGrom in the All-Star game?
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was they should have started DeGrom. He probably should have pitched the first 3 innings. This way the Cardinals could have home field advantage when they get to the World Series.
He should really cut his hair, don't you think?
No, I don't want him to touch anything.
You don't think? All right.
Yeah, it was so funny because I saw him not long after the baseball season. It was probably, I think it was in late October or early November. I actually saw him and I guess his now wife on 8th Avenue in Manhattan. I remember it was raining, and he was just unmistakable, just walking in the crowd. The really tall guy, the long hair, and I did a double take. I'm like, well, he should have put his hair up in a bun or something and put a hat on so people would recognize him. But nobody was bothering him. Also, I mean, the weather was terrible, but it was within the throng. I mean, that's a Times Square area,
right.
And there was Jacob deGrom and his wife. You know, he hadn't been named. I don't think was he named Rookie of the Year yet? He might have been. I don't know, but it was funny. He's unmistakable because he's so tall and his hair is that long. But you're wrong, McGraw. He shouldn't touch a thing.
All right, fair enough.
Everything he's doing is working. Leave it alone.
Fair enough. I'm wrong. I'll deal with it. All right, let's get to Ant-Man. I so want this to be a good movie. Tell us about Paul Rudd and Ant-Man.
Well, first of all, Paul Rudd is terrific, right? We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And then you throw in Michael Douglas, also terrific. Corey Stoll is the bad guy in this, and Corey Stoll is a guy who is going to win Emmy Awards one day, maybe win Oscar Awards. I mean, he was getting Oscar consideration a few years ago for Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen movie.
That was a great movie.
He played Ernest Hemingway.
Okay, yeah.
You watch House of Cards, right?
Sure.
So he played Peter. Congressman Peter in that first season, remember?
Right, yeah.
Really great actor. He's the bad guy in this movie, and I thought it was so cool that a couple of years ago when he met with Marvel, and he wasn't really a big star, and not necessarily a big star yet, and they're like, we want you to be in one of these movies, and he said, all right, if I'm going to be in one of these movies, I want to play a bad guy. And bang, you got to play a bad guy. So you have a winning cast. Now, Marvel has this machine in place. There's a mechanism where they can do almost no wrong. They don't really make bad movies, and this is not a bad movie. The thing is, it's not a great movie, but it's got a lot of entertainment value. So, by the way, and if you have an aversion to ants, this movie might make you very itchy. Because there are a lot of ants. I mean, Paul Rudd is playing a character who shrinks down to ant size. I mean, he can ride on the back of an ant, and he can control ants with his mind. So we see a lot of ants. So if you have an issue with that, that could be an issue for you. But overall, 3.5 out of 5 stars.
All right, fair enough. What's this Trainwreck movie?
This is Amy Schumer, who's the hottest comedian in the country
now.
And Amy Schumer got nominated for an Emmy Award yesterday for Best Actress in a Comedy. So she's having a good. I mean, she was having a good year anyway, but now this weekend is great because not only does she star in this movie, she wrote this movie, and not only did she write it and star in it, she got Judd Apatow, arguably one of the best comedy directors we have, to direct this. And she's so versatile and so terrific in this movie. It's one of those films where they kind of flip the script where she's not the woman being played by a man, she's the player, if you will, and it all stems from childhood where her father really sort of banged it into her head that monogamy is just not right. And there's this great scene to open the movie with Colin Quinn, who plays her dad, where he sits her down as a child and the sister to explain why he's getting a divorce. And he couches it this way: you have a doll that you really love, and what if you were told you can only play with that one doll for the rest of your life? That would make you sad, right? And the girls say, yeah. And then he says, well, what if there was this stewardess doll that came along? And he starts talking about all these various dolls, and you get the gist. And it scars the girls. But it doesn't really scar the sister. She gets married and has a family, but not Amy. Amy instead has a boyfriend in the form of John Cena, who's also very funny in his brief time in the movie, and cheats on him left and right, gets drunk a lot, winds up in strange men's apartments, and has no idea how she got there until she meets Bill Hader's character, who plays a sports medicine genius that she's assigned to do a story on because she's a magazine columnist, and she falls for him. Bill Hader's best friend is LeBron James. LeBron James is playing himself. He's very good in this movie. There are several professional athletes in this movie who are also very good, and that's probably a testament to Judd Apatow and the job he was able to do directing people who have limited experience acting. All around, this is a very, very good R-rated comedy, 4 out of 5 stars.
All right, good.
Yeah.
While we have you, David Blaustein,
Yes, sir.
the Emmy Awards came out, or the Emmy nominations came out this week. John Hamm nominated again. You will agree that him never winning Best Actor in a drama series is one of the greatest injustices known to man, right?
Yeah, I can't really agree with that. I think
I'm wrong again, in other words.
he's had some amazing competition. He's great, and he's a big reason why that show was so popular. Although, really, how popular was it? It was averaging 2 million viewers a week.
Right.
It was talked about a lot more than I think it maybe deserved to be based on the amount of people that watched it. But it was a quality drama. That is a great character, and I would not be surprised if he wins this year because both the television and the Film Academy, the Motion Picture Academy, they have a record of finally generally giving awards out to people who have been nominated time and time again, and they recognize it's the final opportunity, and everybody recognizes that this might be John Hamm's final opportunity. I mean, he could do another TV show, and he could get nominated again. The odds are against it.
Right.
So I would not be surprised at all if they finally give it to him this year. On the other end of the spectrum, you have a show like Empire, which was a phenomenon, which was the highest-rated scripted TV show of the year. Better ratings, I think, than anything that was on cable as well, at least the most-watched show. And it only got 3 nominations. Taraji P. Henson absolutely deserved to be nominated, and I'm going to predict right now that she's going to win, especially the way the Academy is being raked over the coals for only giving that show 3 nominations. I think if it got 10 nominations, I still think she would win and deserves to win, but that was one of those weird things. So it just goes to show you that what's in place there, or at least the old guard rules the Television Academy and the Motion Picture Association, and we see this time and time again. They don't necessarily like change. They're very comfortable with what they're used to, and they tend to nominate the same shows and same people over and over again.
All right. So I've been wrong all over the place this segment. David Blaustein, ABC News entertainment editor and New York Mets fan. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a good weekend. David, we'll talk to you next Friday.
Good luck, St. Louis.
There you go. 8:30 here, Big 550 KTRS. John Beal Roofing is who you want to call for all your